Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan, and today I'm going to be talking about films that were supposed to have been made, but for whatever reason they weren't. I haven't done one of these kinds of videos in a little while, so I just figured I guess it wouldn't hurt to make one real quick, and yeah. I know it's usually surrounding the kaiju genre for the most part, and that's what I'm going to be talking about here. As mentioned before, just because you made it into the film industry doesn't necessarily mean your vision will get made. That's not to say it won't. It's just going to be lots of challenges, is what I'm saying. There's going to be creative differences, different interpretations, script will be rewritten, and just because that has happened, still doesn't mean your film will be actually made. Even if there's a trailer, even if you got into some part of production, people can still put a plug because the studio may have something going on. But for today's video, I want to focus on today's video is going to be about Godzilla vs. Mega Mothra, this unmade sequel to another Godzilla film that was actually made. The idea of this film was thought about this one guy who actually had some experience in the genre of kaiju. And yeah, the concept of this film was actually thought up in the early stages of another kaiju film, which I will show in just a sec. Yeah, I actually had some early ideas for this film, and they were early doing this in the early process of the another film, which was actually made. And this movie was actually going to be released in the Ezra Hayes series, which is a personal favorite of mine. So basically, like I said, it's going to be in the early process when they made the other movie. So yeah, the plot was centered on Mega Mothra because one of the original endings they had for this film for Godzilla vs Mothra was that Godzilla was going to have Mothra died, but then she was going to be rebuilt as a cyborg. Yep, you heard me right, as a cyborg. And it was going to be used as a way to fight off Godzilla himself. But obviously they didn't go on this route, of course. Of course, the military is going to have something to do with it, along with the government, of course, because it was always fighting Godzilla off. And like I said, they thought of this idea in the early stages while making this Godzilla film, of course. And yeah, they were in some ways already planned ahead, of course. And the individual I showed you a moment ago was actually this special effects director, and he originally envisioned Mothra being killed off by Godzilla near the end of the film I just showed you, with the sequel seeing her being reborn as a cybernetic super weapon dubbed Mega Mothra. But as the development continued, however, it was later decided to not have that ending where she died, I guess you would say. So yeah, the process, the development for this was actually relatively short in that regard. Yeah, almost had a Godzilla film where he fought off this Robo Mothra as a direct sequel to this movie. But instead, in the following year, we had Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. So yes, in this film, which is a sequel to the other movie I just saw, he literally slices off a robotic creature. Okay, technically a robot, but still. So maybe this had a direct influence somehow. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe. Kind of like what happened to Ken Hedor in this film, where he was killed off, but then rebuilt as a cyborg. You know, kind of a thing going on there. And yeah, it wasn't exactly clear if in this film, if it was made, if Mega Mothra was going to have an ally, some assistance, or what. Of course, the other details behind these movie are, I guess you can say, extremely vague. So, but I guess it's still nice to think about what could have been if this was made. So yeah, it didn't really went into full production, obviously. All right, folks. Like I said, that was it. I was just gonna do something fairly short, but there's not a whole lot to speak about this really. There's not even not much concept art like at all. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching and take care.